My dumbass was like, you know what? Let me open it in a public library. At the table, it was just me and my sister, so I didn't think anything would go wrong. And also, low-key in the back of my mind, I was like, you know, if I open it with a bunch of people around, it might be a little bit better if I get rejected. If I get in, that's even better. So here we are at the library. It's like 6:50 p.m. And I think people caught on that I was opening it. I guess me being valedictorian at school, people were kind of interested in whether I would get in or not. I'm sticking. Minute by minute, it passes. And at 7 p.m., there's got to be like 40 people surrounding my computer. And I'm like, God damn. I started getting nervous. My hands start getting clammy. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to get rejected. I slowly start to regret the fact that I came to the library to open this thing. But I was like, screw it. Let me just open it. Let me just get it over with. So 7 p.m. rolls around. I open the portal. I see the view update. I'm like, okay, this is it. Count on 1, 2, 3. I'm going to open it. So I go 1, 2, 3. I click it. Deferred. At this point, I'm like, well, I mean, I got deferred. It is what it is. I had a lot of anticipation, and this was my first one. This is my ED school, so it did sting a little. And I promised a couple of friends that I would tell them right away. And so I start calling them one by one. Ben, I got deferred. It is what it is. Move on to the next one. Hey, listen, I got deferred. Jenny, Jim, Bob. But then I get to my parents because it's still 7 p.m. My parents don't get home until like 8 p.m. And so I knew that I wouldn't be able to see them right away. So I was going to give them a call. I was like, you know what? Let me call them. Let me just tell them over the phone so that I don't have to see them in person and embarrass myself even more. So I look for my mom's contact. I'm like, all right, here we go. Take a deep breath. I'm like, it rings 3 times. My mom picks up. And even before she says anything, her breath, her inhale, I knew how this was about to go. Asked me, how are you? What are you up to? Blah, blah, blah. And I could just feel the emotion coming up. I'm like, oh God, this is not good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm like, you know, I'm hanging in there. I just want to let you know that I got deferred from Penn. And then I just remember that moment of silence right in between where she was about to respond, where I was about to say something. It felt like an eternity. She was just holding her breath for, honestly, she probably didn't respond for like a second, but it felt like probably a minute. And I just knew that whatever she said, I was about to start crying my eyes out. So she was like, in Korean, she was like, 그래? 괜찮아. And then I just died right there. I could not stop crying. I just kept crying for probably 2 hours. My friends at the library, my sister, they were consoling me, trying to make me feel better. Nothing was helping. And I was just bawling. I was just like, wow, this was a culmination. Because I was like, my parents worked so hard for this, and this is how it ended. But it ended up well. I'm at Duke now, so like whatever.